She stole my snack. I swap it spicy by user unlucky Professor 798. We've got a snack thief at work. Fridge is sure, so stuff goes missing sometimes, but mine kept vanishing. Always the chips, never the sandwich, never the fruit. Just the snack. At first I thought maybe someone grabbed it by mistake, but it kept happening. Same brand, same time of the day, and I am 99% sure it was one specific coworker who always stayed late and forgot our lunch. So I grabbed a bag of ghost pepper chips, a pack and emptied them into my usual chip bag. Sealed it back up nice and neat, stuck it in my lunchbox like nothing changed. Around 1 p.m. I hear this loud coughing fit in the break room. Like full-on choking, water being poured, someone trying not to die. She comes back red-faced, watery eyes and totally silent. Didn't he even look at me, sat at her desk the rest of the day not saying a word. I nearly choked on my food trying not to laugh. Haven't he lost his snack since? A kid kept kicking my sandcastle, so I built the next one with a rock. So I was about 11 or 12 at the time and on vacation. We were staying at a lake in Alberta, and it was honestly a good time. I built an amazing sandcastle. It had walls, towers, and even a drawbridge made out of driftwood. Plus I built it on a platform made of rocks halfway into the lake, like a little island. I mean, come on, I even made decorative trees out of seaweed. Then the teenagers struck. This one kid went and kicked the sandcastle to bits, and even before I caught a picture. My next sandcastle, I buried the heaviest, most jagged rock in the base. The teenager went up to it and kicked it again. Let's just say the castle lasted longer than his foot. My castles didn't get knocked down ever again. Now, as a teenager myself, I still vividly remember this event and it makes me laugh. Don't ruin people's work, kids. Edit by base, I meant like the bottom middle of the castle, not under it. Edit 2, stop commenting about seaweed. It was probably something else, but I called it seaweed because I don't know any other water plants besides maybe kelp. Exchange students' host family got what they deserved. Just over 20 years ago, when I attended high school, we had a Japanese exchange student join our class. She was very lovely, kind, spoke good English and generally a lovely person to be around. The type of girl that makes you smile when you speak to her because of her sunny disposition. I became good friends with her, and over the next few months she came to my house quite a bit to have dinner with my family, and I got to know and love her like I did. After a little while, I noticed her not being her normal happy self. I put it down to the fact that she was missing her family and tried to cheer her up the best I could. One day, however, it all became too much for her and she broke down crying in front of my mom, dad, and I. She explained that her host family were not very nice to her and that she thought they had been stealing stuff from her room. It wasn't anything of great value that was being stolen, however, it was the principle and the fact that despite it being wrong, they were making her feel unsettled and sad. After all, she was supposed to trust this family. When she had asked them about the missing items, they had all laughed in her face and told her she was going crazy and that they hadn't taken anything. The next morning, she woke up to empty chocolate wrappers pushed under her bedroom door. At first she was confused, but then she checked her things for the chocolate she had bought to take back to her family and realized that it was gone. Over the next few days she replaced the chocolate and the same thing happened. Empty wrappers were pushed under her bedroom door. This happened 4 times in total before she eventually broke down crying to me and my parents. We consoled her and my dad told her not to worry as he had a plan. My dad left the house and returned about half an hour later with some laxative chocolate, the XLAX that he had been to buy at the pharmacy. He explained to my friend what it was and told her to take the chocolate that she had bought for our family out of the wrappers, then put the laxative chocolate inside the wrappers. Later that evening she returned to our host family's house to set her plan in motion. Nothing happened that evening. The chocolate remained where it was, the same for the second night. After 3 nights, my friend woke up to see empty chocolate wrappers pushed under her bedroom door. Sure enough, someone had stolen them, but the question remained who. This question was quickly answered when my friend saw the youngest teenage daughter of the host family rush into the bathroom and after a while come out to tell her mum that she didn't feel very well and had a tummy ache. My friend was pleased to see that the girl was in and out of the bathroom time and time again and laughed to herself each time she saw her rushing there. She didn't expect the girl to suspect it was anything to do with the chocolate, but the amusement of seeing her punished for her crimes was enough for her. The girl didn't stop having trouble with her bowels for over 24 hours. He kept trying to one-up me at work, so I let him take the job nobody wanted. By user Driftx9. Worked at a restaurant where we hired this guy who thought he was a hot stuff. I was the shift lead, just got a raise, and he couldn't stand it. Ignored my instructions, constantly challenged me, acted like he ran the place. So I casually mentioned a manager role I was considering at a coast location no one wanted. He applied just to flex and got it by default. Ended up working 120 plus hours a week with garbage pay, no OT, while I chilled on easy shifts making bank. Store shut down eventually. He got moved. I am still smiling. She said I didn't belong in AP Chem. I got the last word. Back in 11th grade, I was dealing with a chronic illness and ended up hospitalized within the first couple months of school. My school nurse, who knew my situation well, sent a Dr. S note to all my teachers explaining my absence. Most of them replied kindly, telling me to focus on getting better. Except my AP chemistry teacher. Instead of sending a supportive email, she called my mom not to check in, but to chew her out. She basically berated my mom for signing me up for AP Chem. It was 100% my choice, saying I'd never pass if I missed class. She was so harsh, she made my mom cry. That is when I decided I wasn't doing a single homework assignment for her. And I didn't. 0 homework. Straight zeros in that category. But I crushed the tests and quizzes. Still, because of the way the grades were weighted, I finished the class with a D. Now, here's where the revenge kicks in. Her syllabus had a clause saying that any student who scored a 4 or 5 on the AP exam would get their final grade changed to an A. Guess who got a 5? I came back the next year, receipt in hand, and asked her to change my grade. Suddenly she claimed she couldn't possibly change a D to an A, and the best she could do was a B. That's when my mom stepped in and went full mama bear, threatening to go straight to the principal. Magically, my grade was changed to an A within the week. The cherry on top? The following year, she revised her syllabus. Now it says getting a 4 or 5 on the AP test will only bump your grade up to 2-letter grade.